So, a lot of people are asking, like, should I invest in learning the program or learning to get into tech in some other field within tech? Should I invest in it with AI coming? I still think it's the case that you should still grow your skills in some sort of way. Now, if you want to go some other industry and grow some kind of skills there, you want to do like something you think is more AI proof, then I can't argue with that. But I also think that there still will be a lot of space even when AI becomes more prominent. We'll be using AI a lot more as software engineers. We'll be relying on it a lot more, but I think there still will be the software engineering role, as well as like just building context to the real world. Even after AI is writing a lot of the code, there still will need to be somebody that bridges the gap between the real world and the AI LLMs. So, and like, that's why a lot of like MCP servers are becoming popular now, because that's the interface in which you can build connections to LLMs in a standardized way. You build these MCP servers from whatever technology or other thing that you're trying to interface with in the real world or some other third-party digital platform, and it allows you to integrate those things. So you can have AI write those things, but even knowing to go and write those things, like you need a developer or a software engineer to be able to do that in the right ways and prompt it in the right way. So there's still a spot for us. So anyway, that's what I feel. But and also even beyond the MCP servers, writing the code for an MCP server, like actually, the MCP server needs to have something to interface with in the real world. So there's still going to be applications to like, how does AI help us in the real world? There's still a disconnect between the internet and digital services and new applications for what they can do in the real world. So you're thinking about stuff like self-driving cars, like that may be driven by AI. There still needs to be somebody, a human, that knows how to build these new interfaces with the real world, whatever that means. So AI only knows what we train it on, right? So it's not like it's just, it can come up with new ideas, but it's still always based on trained large language models like LLMs. So new ideas, new interfaces, new integrations are still things that can come from a prompt engineer or whatever, or a context engineer that gives the AI more context that it didn't have before. Because AI can only do what context it has. Like if it doesn't have, like you say you want the AI to control your bank account or whatever, organizing your bank account or telling you something about your bank account. Like if the AI doesn't have access to your bank account or bank accounts, then you can't do nothing with it. So there has to be somebody to allow those integrations and build those integrations in and design how those integrations are going to work. So there's still room for problems to be solved within tech. So don't think just because AI is here, there's still a lot of growing that AI needs to do as far as its context and as far as its the issues it has, and stuff like that. So that's enough of the AI stuff. I answer that like every single time I get on here, and I get it because the AI is prominent. So, but I mean, I'm not gonna keep harping on it. Like it is what it is. Like either you give up on it because you believe AI is gonna take over everything, and some people that got that belief, or you still stay in tech and grow with and embrace AI and grow with it and change with it. So that's my final answer on it for sure. Is anybody that's seen? Yeah, anybody seen Copilot knows developers not going anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of AI stuff basically. I mean, it's really all we're talking about. I just went to a conference a couple weeks ago, Render ATL, and I mean, most of the sessions were about AI, and I was kind of it's just a lot. It's just like, dang, everything's AI. Is there just normal programming stuff? But you can't really argue with it because it's like, that's all the rage right now. That's what everybody's interested in. So you can't really argue with them setting up the sessions like that. All the conferences are kind of like leaning heavy into AI because we have to embrace it. But the main theme I saw from the conference was, it's just, hey, we're not going anywhere. Like, will there be maybe less of us? Yeah, we're seeing that now with the job market, that it's just less people getting in. But if you get in, you're in, so you really just got to get over that first job hump of getting over that first job. And then you can kind of make your way through tech. Because I know my role is going to change over the next 5-10 years. Like as far as how I work, what I work on, my day to day. I know that. So, let's see. We need a skill. Yeah, I need a skill that pays me $1 million. Yeah, so this upskilling, man. Upskilling is what we just need to be doing. And whether that's learning the code or whether that's learning to do something else in tech, even just learning about AI and how to vibe code or whatever, that's a skill too. So I'm not saying you have to just learn the code, but like, gotta learn something.